Today I'd like to demonstrate the drawing fluid technique for screen printing. I'm going to use Speedball's drawing fluid and screen filler to create a printable screen. The first step is to select some artwork. You can draw your own artwork. I've selected a clip art image that I'm going to use. What we'll do is take that clip art image and tape it to the bottom of the screen. The area that I'm going to fill with drawing fluid is the area that we'll eventually want to print. So I'm going to start by tracing that outline with a Sakura Pigma Micron pen. The Micron doesn't bleed on screens and it dries waterproof. Once you've finished tracing your image, it's time to fill that area in with drawing fluid. The drawing fluid acts as a resist against the screen filler to create the screen itself. You'll want to work on top of some paper or perhaps cardboard because the drawing fluid can drip through the screen while you're painting it. Find something to prop up your screen and then take your drawing fluid and make sure that you mix it thoroughly before you begin painting. We've selected a very basic image here, but you can do an image that includes as much or as little detail as you'd like. Once you've filled the image you want to print with drawing fluid and allowed it to dry, it's time to apply a coat of screen filler over the top. You begin by mixing your screen filler thoroughly and then apply a bead of screen filler across the top of the screen. Now take your squeegee and then draw that bead of screen filler evenly over the top of the area where you painted the drawing fluid. Create a nice even coat and try to fill as much of the screen area as possible. Next, we use a little warm water to wash away the drawing fluid, which has protected the screen from the screen filler. Once the screen is dried, you want to mask off an area around the image. This keeps the ink from leaking out through the edges. Now we're going to be screen printing onto a t-shirt, but you can print on a variety of surfaces, paper and board. You just want to make sure you select the right ink for your project. We're using Speedball fabric ink for ours. To prep the t-shirt, put a board in between the t-shirt so the ink doesn't pass through the front onto the back. Take your screen, place it where you'd like the image to be printed, and then with your ink, apply a liberal bead of ink across one of the edges. Now take your squeegee and pull that ink across the image. Do it as often as necessary to make sure you fill that area with ink. Now just let your t-shirt dry. Screen printing with the drawing fluid technique can be a fun process and simple to do.